Hello and Assalamu alaikum. This is Ali Abbas and I'm here with my new video about inverse proportions. So for solving inverse proportion questions, we must know what is exactly inverse proportion means. It is a type of variations in which if one of the quantity is increasing, the other one is decreasing, or vice versa. Means if the first one is decreasing, the second one is increasing. So this is all about the inverse proportions. Now coming up to the questions, the statement is y is inversely proportional to x. What does this mean? We have to write down y and proportionality sign and write down the other term after that proportional to thing. We have to write down as the reciprocal, means 1 over x. Now the same process, we have to remove that proportionality sign with the equals to sign and a constant k, and we can write down k over x. In the next step, given that y's value is 1 over 6, write down in terms of y 1 over 6 equals to the value of k is to be found, x is 30. So now cross multiply and then we will be having the value of k. So 30 will be multiplied with 1, it becomes 30 over 6 equals to k. Now 6 1 times and 6 5 times is 30. So 5 equals to k. So in the next step, we have to replace this value of k into the equation connecting x and y. It becomes y equals to 5 over x. So we have to find y, and when x is 10, replacing x with 10 and writing down y as it is, what it becomes? It becomes 5 over 10. Now we can cut down 5 and 10, 5 1 times and 5 2 times. So in this case as well, you don't have to write down 1 by 2 as 1. It is 1 by 2. It's 0.5 thing. 0.5 is different than 2, okay? So the answer is 1 over 2. It's paper 1 question. You have to write down your answers in fraction. If you have converted this thing into the decimals, it will not be wrong, but I'm saying that just if you're facing to convert into decimals, no need to do that thing, okay? Only write down in the simplest fraction form. So moving towards the question 2, in question number 2 there is a table given in which we have to find an equation connecting x and y. For solving this, look at the table, which two values are given accordingly, means when x is 2, y is 3, it's given. And in the second column as well, when x equals to 4, y is 3 over 4. We can apply any of the two values accordingly, and then we will be having values for k. So first of all, look at the information. Y is inversely proportional to the square of x, okay? Don't forget this thing. Proportionality sign 1 over x squared. Okay, if you forgot square means power 2, it will be wrong. So then you have to apply an equal to sign with a constant k over x squared. In the next step, replace y with 3 and x with 2. So 2 squared is 4. So k over 4, now cross multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. So the value of k is 12 here. So what you have to do, you have to find an equation connecting x and y. This is the thing, means here you have to apply the value of k, which is equals to 12. So it will be y equals to 12 over x squared is the answer for the equation connecting x and y. So I'm writing down here y equals to 12 over x squared. So second part, part B is related to this one, means we have to find value P. P is basically the value of X when Y was 48. So put Y equals to 48 in this specific equation you have found in part A. Put the value of Y equals to 48 and value of X as P, means P raised to the power of 2P squared. So now you can directly swap the values. P squared is in the denominator here. You can change the values with 48. It becomes 12 over 48. So what's the highest common factor of 12 and 48? It is 12. So cut down the values. P squared equals to 12 one times and 12 four times. You can check in rough work. Okay. So 1 over 4. So now we have to take the square root, because square's opposite is square root. So once taking the square root, the result is the numerator's square root means square root of 1 is 1. What about square root of 4? That is 2. We have to take just one value because they have told that you have to find the value of p. So in this case, we don't have to apply plus minus sign here. Otherwise, we normally put. But in this case, they have just said that you have to find the value of p, only one value. So the answer of p is 1 over 2. So it's of just 1 mark. So if you have found the correct answer, you will get full marks. Otherwise, not at all. So moving towards question number 3. Also, all of you understand this. In question number 3, they are saying that y is inversely proportional. Y and proportional sign and 1 over x we have to apply. Okay. Given that when y is k over x, y is 30, and what about x? X was 1 by 3 at that time. So 1 by 3 completely will be cross multiplied. It will not be changing its, you can say, it will not be reciprocal. Actually, I'm just bringing that thing onto the other side with simple multiplication thing. So 3 and 30 will be cut. So what's the answer? The answer will be 10 for k. So by putting the value of k equals to 10 here, it becomes y equals to 10 over x. This is the equation connecting x and y, or we can say y's expression in terms of x. What's the next step? Finding the value of y, write on y as it is, and put x equals to 5. So 10 over 5. So 5 1 times and 5 2. So it's 2 by 1. 2 by 1 is 2 actually. Okay. For question number 3 is y equals to 2. So putting this value. So solving question number 4. I hope so. This is a very simple concept. All of the questions. Hope so all of you understand this. So moving ahead to question number 4. In question number 4, it's written at y. It means that y and proportionally sign 1 over x squared. In the next step, putting equals sign with a comma. So when x is 4, the value of x is 4, means 4 squared. So it means that all, you can say, the given value must be squared as well. So now cross multiply, you will be having the value for k. So it's 10 times 4 squared is 16. So 16 times 10 is 160. That's the answer for k. Put this value here, means y equals to 160 over x squared. This is the equation connecting x and y. We have to find the value of y when x is 10. Now what's x? X is 10. So 160 over 10 squared. What's 10 squared? 10 squared is 100. So it's y equals to 160 over 100. We can make this thing in the decimal form. It's quite easy by dividing by 100, or you can just cut down the numbers. It will be fine as well. So cut 0 with 0 to 8 times and to 5 times. What's the answer in mixed fraction form? It's paper 1 question. You can convert into mixed fraction form. It becomes 1 whole 3 over 5. You can check in rough work. So this is answer for y. Now putting the answer in the given space, write down this thing in the given space, it becomes 1 whole 3 over 5. So in the next question, they are saying that we have to state, means describe the effect of y when x is halved. What does this mean? Means that if we take the double of the value of x, what will be happening to y? So remember this equation connecting x and y. I'm taking this y equals to k over x squared. If I say x becomes half, what does it mean? Now taking the x value to 1 over 2x, or we can say x by 2, means it is half. Okay, x by 2. Once we take its x by 2, what will happen? Y equals to k over, remember, x squared means the value of x is squared. So once the value of x is changed to half, so it means that it will be square of the complete thing, square of complete half value of x. Okay, no need to take square outside, means then 2. Okay, it's included in the whole square. So now if you take the square, what it becomes? K over x squared is x squared, and square of 2 is 4. So this 4 will be brought in the numerator, so it becomes y equals to 4 and times k over x squared. What's k over x squared? K over x squared was the original value. It was the original value, and it was 4 times here. So it was 4 times, so the value of y becomes 4 times the original value. So we can say the value of y becomes 4 times the original value. We can say just 4 times the previous value. It will be fine just with one statement thing. You have to describe this thing. Okay, in description means that write down in some words. So moving ahead, I also understand this. I can change different values for x, and then hope so you can do it quite easily. So I will make some other kind of video related to this specific thing, and you can check that what it affects. Sometimes I can give you related to direct proportion. Sometimes we can deal with inverse. So moving to question number 5, in which y is inversely proportional to x, it means that y and proportionality sign 1 over x. Removing the sign of proportionality, there is an equals to with a constant k over x, given that x equals to 2 and y is t. So put y equals to t, k over x is 2. Now cross multiply, 2 times t becomes 2t, so k is equals to 2t. So now replacing this value of k into this equation, which is connecting x and y. So k is equals to 2t divided by x. In the next step, we have to find an expression of y in terms of t when x equals to 3. So replacing the value of x equals to 3, it becomes 2t over 3. This is the answer. No need to convert into you can say decimal form, because it's paper 1 question. So this is the answer, which is 2t divided by 3. It is expression in terms of t and replacing the value of x as well. So moving ahead to the next question, question number 6. So in question number 6, it's again a table question in which y is inversely proportional to the square root of x. I'm writing down first y and inversely proportional to the square root of x. Now replacing that proportionality sign with a constant k and equals to sign k over square root of x. So which two values are given accordingly means when y is 3x was 4. These two are given. So I'm putting these two values into the equation, and then we will be having value for k. So y is 3. So putting y equals to 3 and x equals to 4. So square root of 4 is basically a perfect square. We can do it quite easily. So 3 equals to k over square root of 4 is 2, because 4 is square of 2. So now cross multiply, 3 times 2 equals to k. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 is the value for k. Now replacing this value into the equation, connecting x and y, it becomes y equals to 6 over square root of x. Now what we have to do, we have to find the values of c and d. So what is c? C is the value of y, and when x was 9. So now simply putting here, y equals to c and x equals to 9. What's square root of 9? 9 is also a perfect square. So it's paper 1 question, no need to apply calculators. So simply write down c equals to 6 over square root of 9 is 3. So 6 by 3 can be solved quite easily. 3 one times and 3 two times is 6. So C equals to 2. So we can write down the answer in the given space, that is C equals to 2. So what about the next answer? Next is basically D. D is basically the value of x. So we have to use the same equation, putting the value of y equals to 0.6 and k is 6 divided by x was d. We can write down square root of d. Now cross multiply, changing the values of square root of d with 0.6. What it becomes? Square root of d equals to 6 and divided by 0.6. So then square root of d equals to, we have to remove the decimal sign and multiplying by 10 because there is one digit after the decimal. So 6 one times and 6 one times. So 1 times 10 is 10. So square root of d is 10. Actually, we have to find the value of d, not square root of d. So we have to take squares on both sides. So once taking the square on both sides, square of 10 is 100. So the value of d is 100. So I write down the answer in the given space. This is 100. So moving ahead to question number 7. In question number 7, they are saying that y is inversely proportional to the cube of x. So writing down y and proportionality sign and 1 over x cube. What's the information given? They're saying x was 1 over 2. So I'm replacing first of all this thing with an equals sign with a constant k. In the next step, I'm putting x equals to 1 over 2 when y was 24 equals to k over 1 by 2 whole cube. Now this thing will be cross multiplied. So 1 cube is 1 and 2 cube is 8. We can do it directly as 24 times 1 by 8. Now it can be cut 8 1 times 8 3 times 24. So the value of k is equals to 3. So now what we have to do, they are saying that find the formula. Formula is the same thing, equation connecting x and y. So we have to use this thing, means putting the value of k here, it becomes y equals to 3 over x cube. This is the answer for part A. We have to move towards part B. Finding the value of y when x was 1 over 3. So y equals to 3 over 1 by 3's complete cube. So 1 cube is 1 and 3 cube is 27. So basically this is a complete fraction in the denominator of the complete, means the whole fraction. So denominator will be multiplied with the numerator. So 3 times 27 and whole divided by 1. We don't have to write on 1 here. So what's the answer? 27 times 3 is 81. You can check in rough work, simple multiplication. So this is the answer for why. So I hope so all of you understand this concept. If you have any queries, you can let me know anytime. So moving towards question number 8, y is inversely proportional to 1 x plus 1 whole squared. Okay, writing down the inverse thing as 1 over and that thing x plus 1 whole squared. Now we have to replace x with 1 and y with 5. Before doing this, replacing that proportionally sign with the constant k and equals to sign, x plus 1 whole squared. Now replacing these values, x equals to 1 when y is 5. So y is 5 equals to k over 1 plus 1 whole squared. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So 5 equals to k divided by 2 squared. What square of 2? It is 4. So 4 times 5, what's the result for k? It is 20. 4 times 5 is 20. So replace this value of k into the equation connecting x and y. It becomes y equals to 20 divided by x plus 1 whole squared. So what we have to do, we have to find y when x was given as 9. So y equals to 20 and replacing x with 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So then you have to take square after adding. Okay. So y equals to 20 over square of 10. What square of 10? Square of 10 is 100. So 20 over 100. Now you can simplify into the simplest of the fractions, like cut down the zeros with zeros to 1 times and to 5 times. If you have done conversion to decimals, it will be fine as well. But I'm just saying that if you're facing any kind of problem in conversion of decimals, no need to do that. Just convert into simplest of the fractions. So in this case, it becomes 1 over 2. This is the result for question number 8. I hope so all of you understand. If you have any queries till now, you can let me know. So I'm moving ahead to the next question, question number 9. What's being asked here? The same type of question that is basically y and proportionality sign 1 over x plus 1 whole squared. The values are just changed. So y equals to k and overall divided by x plus 1 whole square. What's the value of y? Y was 2 when x was 3. So it becomes 3 and plus 1. So addition will be done first and then cross multiplication. So what it becomes, 2 equals to k over 3 plus 1 is 4. So square of 4. Square of 4 is 16. So 2 equals to k over 16. Now cross multiply. 2 times 16 results in 32. So 32 is the answer for k. So moving ahead to again supporting the value of k into the equation connecting x and y, it becomes y equals to 32 over x plus 1 whole squared. So after doing this, this is the equation connecting x and y. What we have to do, we have to find the value of k, find the value of y, write down y as it is when x was 9. So y equals to 32 over 9 plus 1. 9 plus 1 will be done first. So what's 9 plus 1? It's 10. So 32 over square of 10. Square of 10, as you know, we have done in the previous question as well. It's 100, making the number of zeros doubled. So now cut down. What's the highest common factor of 32 and 100? It is 4. 4 8 times and 4 25 times. It is the simplest of the fractions. So 8 over 25 is the final result for question number 9. I hope so all of you understand this. So I'm quickly moving ahead to question number 10. What's being asked here? It's basically paper 2's question. 2 means paper 2. So h is inversely proportional to cube of g. So it means that h and proportionally sign 1 over cube. Cube means g raised to the power of 3. Remember this thing. If you forgot, you will be doing wrong. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to replace h with so before doing this, we have to replace that proportionally sign with the constant and equals to sign, and then we have to replace h with 4.5 equals to k over what's the value of g? G is 2. What's the cube of 2? 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So 4.5 equals to k over 8. So now cross multiply. So 4.5 times 8 equals to k. So what will be the answer? You can check this thing in the rough work. It results in 36. Means 8 times 4 is 32, and basically 8 times half is 4. Half of 8 is 4. If you're going to multiply, I can say in simplest way, I can make you clear about this. You can do without calculator, and the simple, because this is calculator question, but I'm not I can say going into that. You can do this thing without calculator as well. So 8 times 4 is 32. Now put an plus sign, and then 8 times half. 8 times half is basically 4, means half of 8 is 4. If you add these two, it results in 36. That is the answer for k. So now replacing this value of k into the equation connecting h and g, it becomes h equals to 36 over g cube. So this is the result for part 1 of this question. So by using this part, we have to solve the next question. Means that we have to find the value of g, write down g as it is when h was 32 over 3 equals to 36 over g cube. So g cube is basically in the denominator. If you cross multiply, it will be changing its value with 32. So 3 will be multiplied with 36 and it's divided by 32. Now, if you can simplify this thing, you can do it right now. Means 32 and 36 are coming in the same table. 4 8 times is 32 and 4 9 times is 36. Now, what's the multiplication of 9 and 3? It is basically 27 over 8. So, what's on the left hand side? It's basically cube of g. But what we have to calculate, we have to find g. So, in order to do this, we must remember this thing, or I think it's paper 2 question. You can do this thing through calculator as well. Okay, it doesn't matter here. Okay, but I'm just giving you simple hints that you have to just remember first 10 cubes and cube roots, and first 15 at least squares and square roots. So what's the basically 27 is cube of which number? That is 3. And similarly 8 is cube of 2. So I'm just writing down 37 as the cube of 3 and it is the cube of 2. So means that we can cut down the powers. Powers will be cut down with the cube root. So what is the result? Result is to be left here is 3 over 2, or you can do it directly because you know that once the cube of 27 is 3, you can do it directly, and cube of 2 is basically 8. So the cube root is the reverse process. I hope so all of you understand this thing. If you have any queries in this specific topic or any other topic, do let me know in the chat box. If you have any queries, do let me know anytime. And so thanks for watching, and do subscribe my channel and share as well. So Allah Hafiz from now.